So good morning friends, and welcome to Perspective Academy. Just a minute. So good morning friends. Okay, we will start. So first of all, welcome to Perspective Academy. Today we are going to start the English medium batch of UPSC as well as MPSC. So basically we are going to conduct demo lectures throughout this week. Today I will be conducting lecture about the introduction to the syllabus and structure of exam. Okay. From tomorrow onwards we will discuss each subject. Every faculty will give you a detailed idea about each subject of our syllabus, mains as well as prelims, and then we will start our topics from next week. Okay, so try to understand few basic things. The most important thing when we are appearing for UPSC civil services exams is we need to understand the syllabus thoroughly. Second thing, we need to understand the strategy for the examination, and then actual work starts. When we think about the actual work, this actual work is basically nothing else but it is the hard work, which will be smart hard work. Clear? It is going to be smart hard work which will help you to understand the things. So we will focus on that part first. So let us start. Just a minute. Online students are getting echo. Let me check. It is going to be smart hard work which will help you to understand the things. So we will focus on that part. Let us start. UPSC, MPSC civil services exams. Now those who are fresher, those who don't know anything about these exams, about them, few things. UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, and same way in every state we have State Public Service Commission. This State Public Service Commission in Maharashtra is known as MPSC, Maharashtra Public Service Commission. This Maharashtra Public Service Commission is going to conduct exams to recruit officers at state level, whereas UPSC is going to conduct exam to recruit officers at central government level. Both are constitutional bodies, matlab they have been established as per provisions of our constitution. Now UPSC is going to conduct various types of exams, same way MPSC, but amongst these exams, our batch, our classes are focusing on which exam? CSE, Civil Services Exams, Nagri Seva Pariksha, or also we term in Marathi as RAJYASEVA Pariksha. Now this exam, particularly UPSC exam, which is same copied by MPSC, will be conducted in 3 stages. Which are those 3 stages? First is the preliminary exam, in short we label it as prelims. The second one is the mains, second stage, and third one is the interview. Actually UPSC labels it as personality test. Clear? So prelims, mains and interview, these are the 3 stages in this whole process. Prelims will be objective type, matlab MCQ type exam. Mains will be descriptive type. Clear? And interview will be conducted in Delhi for UPSC and in Mumbai for MPSC. Now we will go in details of all these things. The first stage, that is prelims. What does this prelims consist of? It consists of 2 papers, GS 1 paper, GS 2 paper, which is actually CSAT paper, competitive aptitude test, and this is overall general studies. Now try to understand. This CSAT paper is the qualifying paper. Qualifying paper matlab this CSAT paper will have 80 questions. Each will be for 2.5 marks. So total marks will be 200. Out of that, your score should be 1/3. That is at least 66 marks you will have to score minimum. Okay. So anything 66 and plus will help you to qualify for the next stage. Matlab UPSC will first assess your CSAT paper. If you have qualified 1/3 marks, then UPSC will check your general studies paper. Whether you are going to qualify for mains or not, that will be decided as per the score of this general studies. Now usually what we observe that cutoff is going to be somewhere between 50 to 60%. Matlab this general studies will have 100 questions. Each question is for 2 marks. So total marks 200 marks. So out of this 200, score for open category male is fluctuating in 100 to 110. Now for example, this year one of my student, he qualified CSAT paper and his GS score was, open male category, GS score was 105, but he was not able to qualify. So clear cut, this year open male cutoff is little bit more than 105, most probably if he has checked his paper with a correct key. Then as per category, this score will differ by 2, 3, 4 marks. Okay, so always our target, safe target should be how much? 110 plus. Matlab after deducting the negative marking marks, our score is 110. Matlab roughly 60 questions are perfectly answered. Clear? After correction of negative marking. Clear? So those who are able to clear this cutoff, they will be qualified for mains. Now mains is really very exhaustive. Mains is descriptive pattern. Mains is of descriptive pattern. Now what we have in this mains? Listen carefully. Step by step we will cover. There are 7 papers. Okay, now listen carefully. There are total how many papers? 7 papers. Okay, no need to write. I will provide a soft copy as well as hard copy of this thing. You people just listen carefully and try to understand the things. See, first paper, paper 1 essay, paper 2 GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4. Then last 2 papers are of optional. Essay paper, each paper is of 250 marks. In this essay paper, which is of 250 marks, we are expected to write 2 essays. Clear? There will be 2 sections in the question paper. Section A, section B. Section A will have 5 essays, out of which you will have to select 1. Section B will have 5 essays, out of that you will have to select 1. So section A, section B, from each section you will select 1 essay. It is compulsory. You cannot select 2 essays from section A or section B. If you do that, it simply means you have attempted only 1 essay. Now each essay is for 125 marks. So if it is for 125 marks, it simply means you will be writing essay in around these many words. These many words matlab around 125 to 150 sentences. Clear? Now the first thing, are you able to write so many sentences about a particular topic? Then right now the condition or the answer will be no. So what you have to do, you just needs to prepare yourself in next 1 year. How can you prepare? The only basic requirement for this is what? You will have to read a lot of things, not just related to our studies, but other things which are happening in our society, in our economy, and which is always going to be reflected in newspapers. So overall understanding of current happenings is very crucial for essay. Always make a habit to write at least few sentences on some topic in every week. For example, suppose in this week we unfortunately experienced one very horrible accident at Ahmedabad, aeroplane crash. So air transport is fast growing in India, and are we able to take proper care in that air transport? Then overall we need to analyze the whole aviation sector in India. Immediately after that, sorry, 2-3 days back, one helicopter crashed while traveling to Kedarnath. 6 people died. So such events are happening. Another episode of bridge collapse occurred near Pune yesterday. Few people died. So disaster management is a topic which can be highlighted from these things. So in this whole 1 week, these particular news were hot news. They were in discussion in print media, in visual media. So whatever we are going to read, whatever we are going to listen, try to think about it and try to write it on paper. maybe about the aviation sector, or maybe in general about the disaster management. Initially you may not be able to write lot many things, but you will be able to write few things, maybe 5 sentences, 10 sentences, 15 sentences, it doesn't matter. Make a habit to write the things. We are reading editorial from newspaper, read it, understand it, think over it, and write down its summary without looking at that editorial. Whatever you have thought about it, try to write down it in your own words. This is what is the preparation of essay. Clear? So essay preparation will keep on going for almost 1 year, and once you will develop those skills to write on certain important topics, then definitely you can fulfill this word limit. Clear? So this will be the first step where you will be preparing for essay, and this is very crucial. Now second thing is the GS1. Now GS1, what is this GS1? This GS1 paper, GS is the short form for General Studies. In this General Studies paper, what topics are covered? In this we have history, we have geography, we have art and culture, and we have Indian society. In short, I will label it as social issues. So these are the 4 components of GS1. Okay. History includes modern India and modern world, both from 18th century onwards. So Indian freedom struggle and a lot many other things will be part of that. Same about the modern world, which includes history of world from industrial revolution, then First World War, Second World War, Cold War, then partition of USSR, unipolar world under USA, etc. So that will be the part of history. What consists in geography? Geography will deal with geography of India mainly, and to some extent world also. In geography of India and world, it will have 2 components: physical geography and human geography, which we also call as socio-economic geography. Now right now you won't understand anything about it, so don't worry, we are going to conduct demo lectures, clear, to decode syllabus of each topic, each subject. In tomorrow's lecture we are going to decode this geography syllabus. Clear? This geography syllabus consists of 2 parts: physical geography, human geography. So what it actually consists in physical and in human, that will be elaborated in tomorrow's decoded lecture. Then another important, art and culture. It starts from ancient to modern times. Now what is this art and culture? If you check the proper wording in the syllabus, then cultural heritage, culture, various performance in architecture, literature, etc. So art and culture actually includes painting, literature, music, architecture, and all other things which are developed in India since ancient time. One simple example, all of us have visited Ajanta and Ellora caves. What we find over there? Paintings plus various sculpture, etc. So that is one of the ancient cultural heritage of India. We have many architectural monuments like Red Fort, Taj Mahal, many forts, palaces in India, various temples which were constructed since ancient time. So in that architecture there are different styles. So all that part related to cultural heritage will be covered in this section. It is very easy, and Bharat sir will make it further more easy for you people. Okay. Then social issues. Indian society is facing many issues. Maybe problems related to women, poverty, urbanization, migration, casteism, racial issues, etc. So all those social issues which are present, which are unfortunately experienced by Indians in our society, are thoroughly discussed over here. So you people just needs to remember that in GS1, that is General Studies 1, we have how many topics? We have 4 topics. Which are those 4 topics? History, geography, art, culture, and social issues. Okay, remember this. Now, out of this particular, I will mark it in a different color. This geography and these social issues, they are important from current perspective. Clear? For example, आता हा स्टेट लेवलचा इशू आहे, दॅट्स वाय UPSC मे नॉट हायलाइट ऑन दॅट. नियर पुणे सिटी एक केस घडली आत्ता मध्यंतरी की एका विवाहित स्त्रीने सासरच्या छळाला कंटाळून आत्महत्या केली. डॉवरी रिलेटेड इशू अकड. वैष्णवी असं त्या मुलीचं नाव होतं. अवघ्या 2 वर्षात तिने आत्महत्या केली आणि मग दॅट इशू वॉज हायलाइटेड की त्या डावरीमध्ये त्यांनी करोड्स ऑफ रुपीज घेतले. So this is one important social issue related to women. Clear? Many times we come across news like honor killing. Intercaste marriage केल्यानंतर honor killing सारख्या गोष्टी घडलेल्या आहेत भारतामध्ये. So such issues are there. So this topic, social issues, will have current relevance. If a particular news is there at national level or maybe even international level, then UPSC will frame a question on that. Same way for geography. It is very dynamic subject. It is full of what? Current events. Current events related to environment, current events related to population, current events related to settlements, current events related to environment, current events related to various economic activities, etc. So always remember these 2 sections are related to current events. Okay. Now GS2. What this GS2 consists of? This GS2 consists of Indian polity. It will have again 4 components. These are the 4 topics which are part of GS2. Constitution of India, that is study of Indian polity. Related to that, its functioning will consist of governance and social justice. So first clear this, then you will understand these 2 topics. And related to same thing is another but very crucial issue, that is foreign relations. Okay, so again in this section all these points are important from current perspective. Indian polity, then the governance, how it is that constitution is working, social justice related to various programs, policies in Indian society, and then foreign relations, matlab India's relations with the foreign countries. Recently there was clash between India Pakistan. Right now there is a clash going on between Iran and Israel. So all these things are very crucial, clear, from foreign relations point of view. Now actually Israel and Iran clash, we are not at all related to that clash, but India needs to have its own stand, its own opinion about that clash, which is important from our exam point of view. So to understand this thing, first of all you should know where is Iran, where is Israel, why they are fighting. Does this clash have any relation with Israel-Palestine clash? Since when that clash is going on? After understanding of all this background, then you can judge about India's policy. Clear? So this is important thing. Next will be the GS3 paper. This GS3 paper again consists of 5 sections, 5 components. First is the Indian economy. Second component is science and technology. Third component is environment. Fourth component is internal security, and fifth component is disaster management. Okay, these two are little bit having more syllabus, others are quite small. Now try to understand. Indian economy is the most crucial thing. First you need to understand all the basic concepts related to economy, and then you have to understand about the topics, points, problems related to Indian economy. So two different components. First of all, understanding of basic conceptual part of economy. Just for example, recently, just 1 or 2 weeks back, RBI declared repo rate and reverse repo rate. So basic thing is that what is repo rate and what is reverse repo rate. One needs to understand that point first. How government uses repo rate and reverse repo rate to control the economic growth. This is conceptual part, and now this part we have to study about India. In India, who have the authority to declare the repo rate, reverse repo rate, and how that reverse repo is used by RBI to control all the things. Clear? So that will be a very crucial issue. Same way, science, technology. Now this is actually application of basic science. Matlab, what will be important? Best example, recently India-Pakistan war, or we can say war-like situation, Operation Sindhu. In this particular operation, whatever drones, bombs, missiles, fighter planes and anti-missile systems we used, as well as Pakistan used, we need to know about their technology. For example, we used BrahMos. So what is BrahMos? What is supersonic missile? What is ballistic missile? What is cruise missile? We used Harop drones. So what are those Harop drones? What actually drone is? How it is functioning? In which fields this technology can be used, etc. So this is the application part of basic science, and that will be also important from current perspective. Then another very crucial, very important, that is environment. This environment topic is the hottest topic right now because the whole world is experiencing various forms of environmental degradation. So in such condition, we need to understand basic structure and functioning of environment. We can consider it as normal structure and functioning of environment. Clear? Plus, most important will be degradation. Maximum questions are going to be about environmental degradation. But to understand environmental degradation, first we should know what is normal structure and functioning of environment. Whenever we are saying that global warming, climate change is causing this particular problem. But first you need to know what is global warming, how heat budget of earth is balanced, and in global warming how it is disturbed. If you understand the normal heat budget of the planet, then only you can understand how this heat budget is imbalanced and how it is causing accumulation of excess heat in lower atmosphere, which is leading to global warming, climate change and multiple other problems. So first cover normal structure functioning of the environment and then degradation part. Then comes the internal security. Now these are three core subjects and these are two small subjects or small topics you can say. Regarding internal security in India, try to understand external security is managed by different forces like Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, Border Security Force, Indo-Tibetan Police Force, etc. Same way for internal security we have different forces. In those forces we have different branches. So what are those forces and how they are working, how we are tackling the issues related to internal security? That part is covered over here. Now this part is very crucial. Why? Because of growing terrorism. Clear? This topic was included in the syllabus just few years back by UPSC because they wanted to check whether students are aware about the things which government is doing to maintain internal security. Then last one, another small one, that is disaster management. Two types of disasters are experienced by almost every country. Those disasters includes what? Natural disasters and anthropogenic or man-made. For example, whatever happened in Ahmedabad, that will be under anthropogenic. Maybe some human error, technical fault led to that thing. But earthquake, volcanic eruption, tropical cyclones, landslides, tsunamis or various other types of storms, flood, drought, these are natural disasters. So we need to understand proneness of India to different disasters, which areas are prone, can we predict, can we prevent those disasters, what will be the steps when disaster occurs. All that part will be covered over here in disaster management. So remember, GS3 there are 5 topics, GS2 there are 4 topics, GS1 again there are 4 topics. Now we switch to the 4th paper, that will be the GS4. This is a totally different paper which is usually termed as paper of ethics. Actually ethics is one of the part in that paper, ethics, aptitude, integrity. Totally different topics are covered in this. These topics are usually not taught at school level or graduation level. What does these topics consist of? These topics consist of behavior of an individual at social level. साध्या शब्दात सांगायचं म्हटलं तर आपण कसं वागावं आणि आपण कसं वागू नये याचा अभ्यास आपल्याला कुठे करावा लागतो? In this subject of ethics. Our ethics madam, Apeksha madam, will decode the syllabus and at that time you will get more better idea about this particular syllabus. Okay? So this is how there are these 5 papers. First was that of essay. GS1, what it contains, just to summarize: history, geography, art, culture and social issues. GS2, it consists of India's constitution, that is polity, governance, social justice and foreign relations. GS3 consists of Indian economy, science, technology, environment, internal security, disaster management. GS4 consists of ethics. So this is the whole syllabus. Then comes the next crucial part, that consists of 2 papers of optional. What it is? It simply means that we are going to select one optional subject. There are around 20 plus optional subjects. Out of those we will prefer one subject. Clear? And of that subject we will have 2 papers. Paper 1, paper 2. This part is very crucial. का? नीट लक्षात घ्या. Each paper is of 250 marks. So these 5 papers will be of 1250 marks, and these 2 papers will be of 500 marks. So usually what happens, those who study honestly in proper direction, those are able to score average marks in these papers. Matlab, marks of students will be fluctuate in particular range, but their performance changes a lot with the optional subject. Just for example, suppose Raj, he has scored 600 marks out of this 1250, whereas I have scored 500 marks. So I am lagging behind by 100 marks. But when you check the final result, then we find that I am at 50th rank and Raj is at 500th rank. So why this difference is there? Even though his score was more than mine, then we will find that my score in optional subject was superb. Suppose I scored 350 marks, but he was able to score just 200 marks. So optional score is going to matter a lot in final ranking. So you should first of all select a correct optional subject. Now what are the criteria to select a correct optional subject? The most important criteria to select optional subject is what? You should have the interest in that subject. तुमचं त्या विषयामध्ये काय पाहिजे? इंटरेस्ट पाहिजे. In different words, optional subject is just like your girlfriend for boys, and for girls, optional subject is your boyfriend. असं का? तर त्या मुलाला गर्लफ्रेंड बरोबर जास्तीत जास्त वेळ घालवायला आवडतो. He enjoy time spent with her. He likes her company and vice versa. That is the condition for optional. You should have interest in optional subject. You are enjoying the time which you are spending in reading, in study of that optional subject. If you have interest in the optional subject, then only you will able to study that subject in required depth for a long period of time. Understood? So that should be the criteria. Now amongst the list of those optional subjects, there are many optionals, but I will suggest you people that while selecting this optional subject, one thing you should keep in mind that those should be from humanity subject. Means history, geography, political science and international relations, that is PSIR. These are the most favored optional by most of the students. Why? Because these optional subjects are going to help you in GS2. If you prefer PSIR optional, your GS2 syllabus is completely covered, so you won't need to study GS2 syllabus. If geography is your optional, then your GS1 syllabus and GS3 syllabus is covered. GS1 geography is there, GS3 environment and disaster management is there. Both the points are covered in both the papers. If history is your optional, then you will able to cover GS1 syllabus, art, culture and modern world, modern Indian history. Understood? So whenever we are going to consider these three optionals, they will help you to reduce the workload of GS. So always prefer optional subjects like this. Few more are there which will help in general studies, that is sociology will help you to certain extent, but it won't have much role in these GS. Same way public administration is another subject which will also help to some extent in GS2. But maximum syllabus is covered by these three optional subjects. So if you have interest in history, then go for history as optional. If you have interest in geography, go for geography, like that. Understood? Clear? Great. Second thing while selecting optional subject is what? You should have sufficient study material for that optional subject. you should have some resource person for that optional subject. Then only we will able to cover the optional well. Clear? So this is all about the how many marks we have thought. This 1250 plus 500, that goes for 1750. But the most important thing, UPSC will check your all these papers, paper 1 to paper 7, only when you have qualified first your language papers. First language paper, second is English. First you can prefer any language which is mentioned in 8th schedule of Constitution. Usually we prefer Marathi. Each paper will be of 300 marks. काय असणार आहे त्यामध्ये? आता स्कूल एज मध्ये आपल्याला काय असतं? We have a textbook. In that textbook of Marathi or English, we will have chapters. We will have to answer the questions based on those chapters and poems. But that type of condition is not over here. Over here we have creative writing and grammar. Writing essay or comprehension, translation, letter, etc. etc. Such questions are there and grammar part is there. Both these papers are qualifying. Matlab out of this 300, 1/4, that is 75 marks in each, you will have to score. So UPSC will first check your language papers. If you have qualified, then UPSC will check your these papers. Okay, so this is what is the condition. So you will be qualified for interview based on this 1750 marks. So mains score is out of 1750. In that interview is 275. So the final score will be out of 2025. Usually if you are able to score 60%, you will be qualified. You will be in the final list. Now it is not that easy to score 60% marks, but if you work hard in a proper direction, definitely you will be able to do it. Clear? So this is the whole pattern of examination. Hope it is clear to you. Now little bit about the structure of question paper. It is applicable for these three papers: GS1, GS2, GS3. GS4 varies a little bit. Essay, I have already mentioned, there are 2 essays, each of 125 marks. So you are writing 2 essays. GS1, 2, 3. What is the structure? In GS1, 2 and 3, all these 3 papers, we have 20 questions each. GS1 20 questions, GS2 20 questions, GS3 20 questions. These 20 questions will have 10 questions each of 10 marks. So how much? 100 marks. Second, 10 questions each of 15 marks, leading to 150 marks total. So both will be 250 marks. So in short, in each paper you are going to write how many answers? 20 answers. You will have to answer how many questions? You will have to answer 20 questions. And what is the duration for this? Just 3 hours. Usually we attempt 100 mark question paper in what? 3 hours. But over here 250 marks question paper in 3 hours. So another thing which we have to develop is our writing speed. Clear? For GS4, that is ethics, same pattern is there. Marks and number of questions differ a little bit, not much difference is there. Okay, that's it. Now switching to the next part of our discussion, and that is the study strategy. Whenever we are considering these competitive exams, especially UPSC as well as MPSC state services, we are going to have totally different mindset, because for these exams syllabus is vast, and second thing, this syllabus is going to have tremendous current relevance. So always our study is going to work on two parallel tracks. Which are those two parallel tracks? Those two parallel tracks includes what? It includes study of basic conceptual part and as well as study of current events. Okay? So just try to understand what it is. First of all, you should clear your basic concepts. Just to understand, there are 5 core topics. Which are those? History, geography, polity, which we usually consider as civics, Nagrik Shastra, then economics and science. These are the 5 subjects which form the core of the syllabus. Now about these 5 subjects, what we have to study? We have to study 2 things. The first, basic conceptual part and current events related to that. Clear? Always start your study with this and then switch to this. For example, recently we had heavy rainfall in Maharashtra in last 2 weeks of month of May. This was not monsoon rainfall, and this rainfall have created a new record of total average rainfall for month of May. So there were some climatic disturbances which led to that rainfall. So this is current event. So to understand this current event, first we need to understand basic concept in climatology. So that will be this part, basic conceptual study. And then we will try to understand how that basic concept is going to be related with the current event. In basic conceptual study, what we need to study? We have to study about the topic of precipitation in climatology. How clouds are formed, from those clouds how rainfall, snowfall, hailstorm occurs. Once that concept is cleared, plus another concept from environment, that is climate change, rising temperature of lower atmosphere, that part is covered. Then we will correlate both these topics, climate change, increase in temperature, and topic of precipitation. And with that we will try to understand what was the disturbance in the lower atmosphere in the month of May which led to so much rainfall. So whenever you are reading that news from any source, maybe YouTube or magazines or newspapers or news channels, you first needs to have clear-cut idea about the process of precipitation. Then only you can understand this particular problem. So थोडक्यात सांगायचं तात्पर्य काय की our study is always going to work on 2 parallel tracks. First we have to clear our basic conceptual part, and then we have to switch to its application to current events. So in our batch, in our class, we are going to focus on same thing. We will always focus on basic conceptual part, and that basic conceptual part will help us to understand the current events. Understood? So there is only one exception to that. That exception will be of history, because history do not have much current relevance. Definitely little bit will depend little bit current events will be there in history. For example, in last month, that is on 16th May 2025, 50 years completed for merger of Sikkim in India. You may be aware that Sikkim is one of the state of India, but Sikkim was not part of India till 1975. In 1975, India merged Sikkim in India as per the request of citizens of Sikkim. Before that, Sikkim was an Indian protectorate, मतलब भारताने संरक्षित केलेलं एक देश किंवा एक छोटं राज्य. But those people voted for merger in India. 97% population supported to merge Sikkim in India, and that's why Sikkim was merged. So it is in news. So you need to know about the state reorganization, merger of Sikkim, etc. But for other topics like geography, polity, economy, science, it is full of current events. So clear basic concepts, apply it to current events. That should be your strategy. Clear? So this is the proper study strategy. Now what actually we are going to do? Try to understand. First, study part includes few things. First is the basic reading. For this basic reading, we prefer NCERT textbooks. Second is the reference books and micro notes from these reference books. These micro notes are very crucial. Why they are crucial? Because these micro notes will help you to revise the topic in shortest possible time. Clear? After that comes the next step, and that is revision. This revision will consist of two things: recollection and reading. Normally आपण काय करतो, when we are trying to revise a topic, आपण काय करत असतो, शांत बसतो आणि ते जे काही इम्पॉर्टंट मटेरियल असेल, we read that thing and we call it as revision. But that is actually a half of revision. What you have to do, sit down and try to recollect whatever you have read previously. Initially, in initial revisions, you may be able to recollect very few things like 40% or 50%. As multiple revisions are done, you will remember more and more. Suppose you are able to recollect only 60%, no issue. Immediately read the whole topic from your available source material. While reading, try to focus a little bit more on that part which you was not able to recollect. So recollection should be the first step, reading should be the second step. शांत बसा आणि आठवण्याचा प्रयत्न करा. समजा आपण काय टॉपिक वाचलाय, फंडामेंटल राइट्स. सो विच आर्टिकल्स आर रिलेटेड टू फंडामेंटल राइट्स, what each article in that consists of, which are the relevant cases. So try to recollect. आपण जे काही वाचलं होतं ते आठवून बघा. बरंचसं आठवेल, बरंचसं आठवणार नाही. आठवण्याची प्रोसेस झाली की लगेच ते सगळं वाचायचं. तुमचे नोट्स असतील, रेफरन्स बुक असेल, वॉट एव्हर, त्यातून ते वाचा. वाचताना कशावर फोकस करायचं, जे आपल्याला आठवलं नव्हतं त्याच्यावर. क्लिअर? सो दिस इज द नेक्स्ट स्टेप, रिव्हिजन. देन कम्स द थर्ड स्टेप, that is answer writing. त्या आन्सर रायटिंग मध्ये काय होतं आपल्याला, वी आर गोइंग टू सॉल्व PYQ and descriptive. Clear? So this will be the final step. During this whole, we are going to help you for conceptual clarity plus We will help you to prepare notes. We will provide you notes. This is depending on you alone. Students will have to do it. Again, at this third level, class will help you in the form of regular test series. Clear? So this is how we are going to work. Understood? In our class in Perspective Academy, we are going to start with each subject. We will cover the concept. We will try to correlate the concept with the current events. We will provide you notes. Then you will have to revise the things. And then after complete revision, we will start answer writing. Our complete batch will be for almost 1.5 years. This 1.5 years, starting from right now till the next year, April, May, we will cover the whole syllabus. We will teach you all the syllabus, and after teaching that whole syllabus, you will face first prelims. After prelims, remaining 6 months, in that we will cover answer writing. Okay, so this is going to be the structure of our English medium batch. If you have any doubt, live students, they can mention the doubt in the chat box. Clear? And those who are offline, if you have doubt, you can ask doubts. Bolo. Any doubt? Sure? Doubts दोन प्रकारच्या लोकांना नसतात. कोण? ज्यांना सगळं काही माहिती आहे आणि दुसरे त्यांना काहीच माहिती. होप यू आर इन फर्स्ट कॅटेगरी. तुम्हाला जे काही आपण चर्चा केली ती सगळी समजलेली आहे. ओके, जस्ट वेट फॉर फ्यू सेकंड्स. नो डाउट लाइव स्टूडेंट्स. ओके, ठीक आहे. द फायनल पॉईंट, उद्यापासून आपले रेग्युलर लेक्चर्स असतील सकाळी 11 वाजता. उद्या आपण जॉग्रॉफीचा सिलेबस डिकोड करणार आहोत आणि त्यानंतर मग आपला इतर विषयांचा सिलेबस डिकोड केला जाईल. उद्या जॉग्रॉफी, मंगळवारी जॉग्रॉफी, बुधवारी हिस्ट्री, गुरुवारी इकॉनॉमिक्स, शुक्रवारी इथिक्स, शनिवारी करंट इव्हेंट्स. अशा प्रकारे. आणि पुढच्या आठवड्यामध्ये मग राहिलेला टॉपिक जो असेल पॉलिटी, दॅट विल बी डिकोडेड अँड देन वी विल स्टार्ट अवर रेग्युलर लेक्चर्स. ओके, इनिशियली वी मे हॅव ओनली वन लेक्चर 11 to 1, but later on we may increase the duration. We may conduct 2 lectures daily, 8 ते 10, 10:30 ते 11:30. Clear? Then only we will able to cover the whole syllabus. ठीक है? So just attend all these demo lectures, and after these demo lectures you can decide, you can finalize your admission. Okay, so thank you for attending today's workshop on integrated batch of UPSC MPSC English medium. Same workshop we are going to conduct today in evening at 5 PM for Marathi medium. So if you are in dilemma about the medium, you can even attend Marathi medium also. Clear? Regarding demo lectures, yes, those demo lectures, all these demo lectures will be live on YouTube. जोपर्यंत आपण सगळ्या विषयांचे सिलेबस डिकोडिंगचे लेक्चर घेतोय, मे बी नेक्स्ट मंडेपर्यंत, तोपर्यंत आपण काय करणार आहोत, ते सगळे लेक्चर्स आपले यूट्यूबवर आपल्या अकॅडमीच्या चॅनलवरती लाईव्ह असणार आहेत. जेणेकरून जरी तुमचे बघायचे राहिले तरी तुम्ही नंतर लाईव्ह सेक्शनमध्ये जाऊन ते पाहू शकता. आणि एकदा का डेमो लेक्चर संपले का मग आपण रेग्युलर क्लासेस घेणार. त्यामध्ये दोज हू आर गोइंग टू अटेंड ऑनलाईन, दे विल गेट द लिंक ऑफ गुगल मीट अँड थ्रू दॅट दे कॅन अटेंड द लेक्चर्स. ठीक आहे, जे ऑफलाईन आहेत त्यांना तर काही इश्यू नाही. ओके, that's it.